So hello and welcome to this Adobe After Effects tutorial, and in this video I'm just going to show you how you can create this simple bar graph. This is what we are going to be doing. The final animation can be a little bit different because this is just from my trial, this is what we are going to be doing, and right now we can start. I have this from the site freepik, and I'm going to put the link in the description, and I'm also going to give you the Illustrator file that I'm going to create right now. So if you want to skip this part, you can go directly to the Adobe After Effects. But on the freepik, basically you need to click download, you need to go with pre-download, and you just need to save this. But I will go with the cancel because I already saved this, and I will go to the place where I have my freepik file. So it is going to be in here, and I'm going to have a zip file, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose extract here, and I'm going to double click on this epox file, and it is going to open me this in Adobe Illustrator. Now I'm going to create new document, so I will go with Ctrl N, Command N, or file new, and I'm going to choose 1920 by 1080, which is full HD. I want this to be pixels, RGB, and so on, so hopefully you know, and I'm just going to click create. Now I will go in here, and I'm going to choose this one. So I'm just going to click on this, and I'm going to drag it to the new document that I just created, and like so. Now I'm going to scale this, so with the shift to stay with the proportions, and alt or option to go from the center, and if you want, you can align this, so I can click on this, and I can go to the align. I can choose align to stage or align to artboard, and I'm going to align this horizontally and vertically, but you can eyeball this, if you cannot see align layers properties or anything that I have, you can go to the window and you can get it in here like so. Now all of this is going to be grouped together. So what I need to do is I need to select it, I need to right click, and I need to choose ungroup. Now I am going to have this separated, and what I'm going to do is I will get rid of these numbers because we are not going to use them, so I am just going to delete them. You can adjust this as you want, so if you want, you can make this little bit bigger, you can change the color or anything, so that's up to you, but I am going to leave this as it is. Now what we need to do is I will go to the layers, and if I'm going to open layer 1, we are going to have a bunch of things, but one thing that I'm going to do, just so we are going to be able to see the layers a little bit better, is I'm going to click these three lines. I will go to the panel options, I will go to the other, and I'm going to change this to maybe 50 or like so. So basically we are going to have our layers visually a little bit bigger. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to hide all of these bars, and I'm going to keep only with this axis, and I am going to select them, and I'm going to go with Ctrl G, Command G, or you can right click and group. And now I can show my bars. Now I'm going to collapse the layer 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this, I will go to these three lines, and I will go to the release two layers, because we need to put them to the separated layer. If you are going to have this like so, you can extend it, or you can make your layers smaller, but you need to have a little bit of space in here, because we need to select them like so, and we need to drag them outside of the layer 1 like so. So right now we are going to have them on the separated layers, and I can go ahead and delete the layer 1, because that one is right now going to be empty because we have put it everything away. So yeah, right now we have a bunch of layers, and what I'm going to do is I am very simply going to save this. So I will go with Ctrl S, and I will go to the place where I want to have this, and I am going to create a new folder which I'm going to call to be Illustrator, and I will go inside, and I'm going to call this to be bar graph or whatever, and I'm going to click save. I do not want to change anything, so I am just going to click OK, and so I will give you this file. You can recreate it as you want, right now we are going to go to the After Effects, so I will go to the After Effects, and now I will go to the place where I saved my Illustrator file, so it is going to be in here, and I am just going to drag it in here like so. And yeah, I want this is going to give me some options. I want this to be composition, I want this to be layer size, so I am just going to click OK. And right now I am going to have this composition in here, and I am going to double click, and it is going to appear in here like so. The top layer is going to be the axis, but what we want to do right now is we want to go to the layer, and we want to go to the new, and we want to go to the solid, just to be able to create some kind of background. You need to click in here somewhere, because sometimes it doesn't work and this is gray. So if you have an issue, click anywhere in here, go to the layer, one more time, new, solid. We can call this to be BG as a background, white color, or you can choose anything, but I want to be this white. I do not need to change anything, and I'm just going to click OK, and I'm going to drag the BG to the bottom, and I am going to lock this, so I do not want to accidentally move this. And this I can, the top one, I can rename this to be axis, for example, and I can change the color of this, so we are going to be able to see that we are not going to rename our layers. So these axes are going to be red, and the background is going to be red, and everything else is going to be like so. Okay, now in the After Effects, if I click on this, let me also lock this axis. If I'm going to click on these shapes, I am not going to be able to change the color of them. If you would like to be able to change the color of them in the Adobe After Effects right now, when we have it as we have it, what we would have to do is we will have to select all of them, right click, go to the create, and create shapes from vector layer, and this is going to give me the shapes, and it is going to hide me the original ones. And right now I could be able to change the color and so on, but I will go back. I do not need to do this. If you want, that's the way. Now what I will have to do is I will have to change the anchor point of all of them from the center to the bottom. So one by one I'm going to click on them. I will go with Y, or you can go in here, pan behind tool, and I'm going to drag the anchor point, and I'm going to hold Ctrl or Command, and I'm going to put it to the bottom. There are some plugins that can help you make this little bit faster, but I am going to do these tutorials without the plugins, because not everybody is going to have the plugins. So yeah, I am going to drag it like so, and I want this to be in the bottom, in the center, like so. So basically I am going to do the same thing for all of them, like so, and like so, and yeah. And now when I have all of this, I am going to select all of them, and I'm going to go with S for the scale, and yeah. What we will have to do is we will have to click these constant proportions, so we will have to unclick this for all of them. And right now we are going to be able to animate the X position and the Y position separately. One more time with the plugins, this could be faster, but we cannot do this. We will have to do this one by one without the plugins, and yeah. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to create the keyframe. So while I have all of them selected, I am going to click on this stopwatch, and yeah, I am going to right now move maybe 5 frames. So I will go with shift page down 10, one more time 20, and right now only page down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can go as you want, and I am going to click in here, add or remove keyframe at the current time. So we are going to add the keyframes for all of them, and we are going to return to the beginning. If we want, we can zoom in a little bit like so, and we are going to return to the beginning. And at the beginning, while I have all of them selected, I will go to this second 100, because this one, the first one is the X-axis, the second one is the Y, and I'm going to put it to the 0 like so. So we are going to have this like so, and we are just going to have the animation for all of them from the 0Y to 100, and it's going to be in 25 frames. You can select this, but you need to make sure that you are going to select all of them. You can create a space, but you probably know, and you can move all of these keyframes where you want, but I am going to keep this to be 25. Now I am going to go with the shift and page down, maybe like so 10, and I will go like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 maybe. Later on I can change this, and I am going to one more time add or remove keyframes at current time. So we are going to add like so, and we are going to go to these ones, and we are going to put this to be maybe 100 and something, so I can go 115. So basically we are going to have a little bounce, so we are going to go from 0 to 115. Then in here we are going to make this smaller, but before of that I will move with shift and page down 10 frames, and I will go maybe one back, so 9 frames, and we are going to add keyframes like so, and we will go to these ones, and we will make this to be a little bit smaller, so I will go maybe to 91 or whatever. So basically we go from 0 to 115 to 90 something, and then we go to 100. So basically right now if I go with space, we are going to have this kind of animation. Now I will have to, I do not have to, but I want to create some kind of easings, because right now the animation is linear, and I want to create an easing which is going to make the animation like slower, faster and slower. Hopefully you know a little bit about the easings, but yes, so I am going to select all of the keyframes, and I am just going to click F9, or you can right click keyframe assistant, easy is F9. So yeah, I am not going to play with the graph editor. You can, but we have like many layers, and for me F9 is fine, so that's a little bit more advanced, so I am just going to keep this like so. And yeah, this is what we are going to have. Now while I have selected all of the layers, I am going to collapse all of them, so I am going to try to close one, and it is going to collapse all of them. And I am going to zoom in a little bit like so. So I would like to be able to see my frames. So like this. Okay, this is fine. And now I am going to select all of them except of the first one. And I am going to go with the selection tool. And I am going to move all of these by 5 frames. Now with the control or command, I am going to deselect this one. And I am going to move all of them by 10 frames, by 5 frames to the 10. And like this, we are going to distribute them a little bit. So yeah, I am going to right now, I will have to select all of them one more time, because I accidentally deselected them like so. So always with the control or command, put it like so. And yeah, so we are going to have this like so, and you can make the space in between them like 10 frames. You can have less, that's really up to you, but I am going to go like this. And right now if I go with the space, basically this is what we are going to have. And yeah, basically this is it. Right now when I am going to be in here, I can go with N, or basically I can drag this like so, but you need to be zoomed out to be able to see this at the end. If you are going to be zoomed in, you are not going to be able to see this, so zoom out and drag this, or you can go with just N, and then right click and trim come to work area, because we need to we want this animation to be only 5 seconds or whatever. So yeah, basically this is it. This is all. In this tutorial I am not going to show you how you can export this. Hopefully you know, but yeah. So yeah, this is it. This is all. If anyone have been here until the end, you can write me that in the comments. If you like this video, you can click the like. If you do not know how to export, you can write me that in the comments, and I can put the link in the description about tutorial how to export from Adobe After Effects. But yeah, hopefully this is not your first tutorial about Adobe After Effects. So thank you very much, have a nice day, and goodbye.